The turning point in any life is not a lucky break, not inspiration, not a sudden miracle. The real turning point is the moment you decide to stop waiting for motivation and start acting with discipline. Motivation is temporary. It rises when things feel exciting and disappears the second discomfort shows up. Discipline, however, is permanent. Discipline is the promise you make to yourself and refuse to break. It is the force that keeps you moving when every excuse in your mind tries to convince you to stop. There comes a day when you realize that your greatest obstacle has never been the world, your circumstances, or the people around you. It has always been the story you tell yourself when things get difficult. I'm tired. I'll start tomorrow. I don't feel ready. Those words steal dreams. They quietly erase potential. They build a life of regret one decision at a time. But everything changes the moment you refuse to negotiate with those excuses. Think about it. Every meaningful achievement in history came from someone who showed up when they didn't feel like it. Someone who worked when inspiration was gone. Someone who pushed forward when their emotions begged them to stop. That power is inside you too. It isn't loud. It doesn't shout. It doesn't wait for the mood to be right. It simply acts again and again until progress becomes inevitable. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you are capable of becoming. It is built in silent moments, early mornings, late nights, lonely hours when nobody is watching and nobody is cheering. It grows every time you choose action over comfort, effort over distraction, consistency over impulse. You don't become strong by wishing for strength. You become strong by doing the work even when you feel weak. Most people never discover their true potential because they only move when they feel motivated. They wait for inspiration to strike like lightning, hoping energy will suddenly appear. But motivation is emotional and emotions change. Discipline is a decision and decisions create destiny. The person who trains discipline becomes unstoppable because action no longer depends on mood. There will be days when your mind feels heavy, when your body feels tired, when your doubt whispers that quitting would be easier. Those are the moments that define you, not the easy days. Not the days when you feel powerful and confident. Your identity is forged on the days when everything inside you says stop and you take another step anyway. That is the birth of inner power. When you choose discipline, you rewrite your relationship with effort. Instead of seeing challenge as something to avoid, you begin to see it as the environment where growth occurs. You understand that discomfort isn't a signal to retreat. It is a sign that you are moving beyond your limits. Progress never feels comfortable. Transformation never feels safe. But the life you want lives beyond what feels familiar. Discipline builds trust within yourself. Every time you follow through, you teach your mind that your words mean something. You no longer make promises and abandon them. You no longer set goals and walk away when they become inconvenient. You prove through action that you are reliable, not just to others, but to yourself. And when you trust yourself, confidence rises, clarity sharpens, and your direction becomes unstoppable. This is not about perfection. It is not about never feeling tired, never feeling unmotivated, never feeling doubt. It is about refusing to let those emotions control your choices. You can feel tired and still act. You can feel fear and still move forward. You can feel unmotivated and still push yourself toward your vision. That is the difference between people who dream and people who build. Every time you choose discipline over excuse, you cast a vote for the future you want. You shape your habits, your character, your reality. Momentum begins small, a single choice, a single action, a single commitment. But over time, those choices multiply. They compound, they reshape the direction of your life. What once felt difficult becomes natural. What once felt impossible becomes your new standard. Your life will not change because you feel inspired for a moment. It will change because you commit day after day, no matter how you feel. Success is rarely dramatic. It is built in quiet repetition, in unseen effort, in small victories that accumulate until they become transformation. The world may never see the work you put in behind the scenes, but it will eventually see the results. So stop waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect timing, the perfect burst of energy. Stop telling yourself that you'll begin when you feel ready. You are ready the moment you decide to act. You are ready the moment you choose discipline over excuse. The power you are looking for is not out there somewhere. It is already within you, waiting to be claimed through action. Stand firm in your commitment. Show up when it's hard. Push forward when your mind tries to pull you back. Let discipline become your foundation, your anchor, your driving force. Because the day you stop negotiating with your excuses is the day your life truly begins to change. Every setback you face is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a stronger version of you. Life will test you, break your routines, shake your confidence, and challenge your spirit. But the truth is this: every challenge you survive is shaping the strength you will need for the future you are meant to live. Pain is not there to defeat you. It is there to carve courage into your character and resilience into your soul. There are moments when life strikes hard, dreams fall apart, plans collapse. The path you were walking disappears beneath your feet. In those moments, it is easy to believe you are losing, failing, or falling behind. But what you do not see in that moment is the transformation happening within you. The struggle is building endurance. The pressure is creating power. The setback is preparing you for levels of life you are not strong enough to carry yet. Strength is not built in comfort. Strength is built in the days when you keep going even though your heart feels heavy and your mind feels tired. Strength is forged when you stand back up after life knocks you down and you refuse to stay there. Anyone can smile when life is easy. True power is born when you rise in the middle of difficulty and declare that you will not be broken. Every time you choose to move forward through pain, you unlock a deeper layer of grit within yourself. You begin to understand that failure is not final. It is feedback. It is direction. It is a lesson disguised as struggle. You don't grow weaker from adversity. You grow wiser, tougher, clearer, more determined. The obstacle becomes the training ground where your future self is being built. There is greatness inside you that only reveals itself when you are under pressure. When life challenges you, it is not pushing you away from your purpose. It is pushing you toward your potential. The things you thought would destroy you are often the very things that awaken your inner fire. You learn to trust your strength. You learn to rely on your persistence. You learn that you are capable of far more than you ever believed. So when you face a setback, don't retreat. Don't surrender. Don't allow disappointment to define you. Stand in the storm and remind yourself that this moment is not punishment, it is preparation. Use your pain as fuel. Turn your frustration into focus. Let every challenge sharpen your vision and deepen your determination. You are not here to crumble under difficulty. You are here to transform through it. Every setback is not a wall, it is a doorway. Walk through it with courage, rise with strength, and prove to yourself that nothing in this world can stop a heart that refuses to give up. The future you want does not appear by accident. It does not arrive through luck, comfort, or convenience. It appears when you make a decision to outwork your doubts, outlast your fears, and stay consistent when others choose to quit. Success is not about talent alone. It is about endurance. It is about the willingness to keep going long after the excitement is gone and the challenge becomes real. There will be days when your dreams feel distant, when progress feels slow, when your effort seems invisible. Those are the moments that separate those who wish from those who achieve. Most people stop when it gets hard. They slow down when doubt begins to whisper. They walk away when fear starts to shout. But the life you want requires more. It requires persistence when your mind wants to retreat and commitment when your emotions beg you to turn back. Your doubts will try to convince you that you are not ready. Your fears will try to convince you that failure is permanent. But neither of those voices define you. What defines you is the choice you make in response to them. You can surrender or you can rise. You can hesitate or you can step forward with courage and discipline. Every time you choose action over hesitation, you strengthen the belief that you are capable of more than you once thought. Consistency is the hidden power that transforms effort into results, not one day of effort, not one burst of motivation. Day after day, step after step, showing up even when progress feels invisible. Success is built quietly in ordinary moments where you refuse to give up. The world may not see your effort right now, but your future will reflect it. Fear loses its power when you move despite it. Doubt loses its strength when you take another step forward. Every challenge you face becomes a test of endurance, and every time you endure, you become stronger, sharper, more unbreakable. You begin to understand that the path to your goals is not supposed to feel easy. It is supposed to shape you into the kind of person who can carry the success you are working toward. You are capable of outlasting anything that stands in your way. You are capable of showing up when it hurts, pushing forward when it's uncomfortable, and trusting the process even when you cannot yet see the outcome. The difference between those who stop and those who succeed is not intelligence, not luck, not background. It is the refusal to quit. So commit to your vision with relentless determination. Keep moving when progress is slow. Keep working when doubt tries to distract you. Stay loyal to your goals, even when the path feels uncertain. Because the moment you decide to outwork your doubts and outlast your fears, the future you want is no longer a possibility, it becomes a promise. Power is born the moment you take responsibility for your life. Everything begins to change when you stop blaming circumstances, stop pointing to the past, stop waiting for someone else to fix your situation, and instead say, this is my life, and I choose what happens next. Responsibility is not a burden. It is the greatest form of freedom you will ever claim. Because once you own your choices, you also own your future. There comes a time when you realize that excuses may protect your pride, but they also protect your limitations. Blame may feel comfortable, but it keeps you trapped exactly where you are. The moment you accept responsibility, your mindset sharpens. You no longer see yourself as a victim of conditions. You become the architect of direction. You stop reacting to life and start creating it with intention, discipline, and purpose. Taking responsibility means understanding that your habits shape your reality. Your thoughts shape your actions. Your decisions shape your destiny. and the power you've been searching for was never outside of you. It has always lived inside your choices. Every day, you are either moving closer to the life you want or drifting further away from it. There is no neutral ground. Every action counts. Every decision matters. When you accept responsibility, you stop waiting for motivation and start relying on commitment. You stop wishing for opportunity and start building preparation. You stop questioning whether you're capable and begin proving it through action. Responsibility rewires your identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who follows through, someone who adapts, someone who rises instead of complains. This shift is not always comfortable. It requires honesty. It requires courage. It requires looking in the mirror and admitting that some of your struggles were not created by fate, but by patterns you repeated. Yet this realization is not defeat, it is empowerment. Because if your choices created the problem, your choices can also create the solution. You are never stuck, you are simply standing at a decision point. With responsibility comes clarity. Suddenly your priorities become stronger, your distractions become weaker. You no longer chase every impulse because you know exactly what you're working toward. You begin to protect your energy, your focus, your growth. You stop living on autopilot and start living with direction. Life will still challenge you. Obstacles will still appear, but when you take responsibility, you meet challenges differently. You no longer ask, why is this happening to me? You ask, how can I grow from this? How can I rise through this? That mindset transforms struggle into strength and difficulty into development. This is your moment to take ownership of your path. Choose discipline over distraction. Choose purpose over comfort. Choose action over excuses. The instant you take responsibility for your life, you reclaim your power, you sharpen your direction, and you set in motion the transformation that leads you toward the person you are capable of becoming. This is your moment to rise, not tomorrow, not someday, not when everything feels perfect or easy or comfortable. Right now, in this very moment, you hold the power to step forward with unbreakable determination and change the direction of your life. There comes a point when you realize that waiting has cost you enough time, hesitation has cost you enough opportunity, and doubt has stolen enough of your potential. This is the moment when you stop shrinking, stop delaying, and start claiming the life that belongs to you. There is a fire inside you that refuses to fade. It may have been buried beneath fear, disappointment, or failure, but it never went out. It has been waiting quietly, patiently for the day you decide to listen. That fire is your courage. That fire is your resilience. That fire is the unstoppable spirit that rises when the world expects you to quit. You are stronger than your past, greater than your struggles, and far more capable than you have ever allowed yourself to believe. No one else can rise for you. No one else can walk your path, fight your battles, or carry your dreams across the line. This journey belongs to you. And the moment you accept that responsibility, you awaken a level of strength that changes everything. You stop asking for permission to grow. You stop waiting for encouragement to begin. You stop looking for validation to move forward. You stand tall, you lift your head, and you move with intention even when the path ahead feels uncertain. Rising does not mean life becomes easy. It means you choose to face difficulty with power instead of fear. It means you stand up even when your legs shake. It means you move forward even when your heart aches. The path to transformation will challenge you, it will stretch you, it will test your endurance and question your belief in yourself. But every step you take through that resistance shapes a stronger, wiser, more determined version of you. There will be moments when doubt whispers that you're not ready. There will be moments when fear tries to convince you that you're not capable. There will be moments when your mind tells you to retreat back into the comfort of what is familiar. But comfort does not create growth. Safety does not create strength. The life you want waits on the other side of courage, the courage to move forward when certainty is nowhere in sight. Unbreakable determination is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet, steady, and relentless. It shows up in the early mornings when nobody is watching. It persists through the long nights when progress feels invisible. It keeps going when motivation disappears and effort becomes heavy. Determination is the promise you make to yourself and refuse to abandon. No matter how difficult the journey becomes, you will stumble, you will fall. You will experience setbacks that shake your confidence in moments that make you question everything, but none of those moments define you. What defines you is the choice you make after them. Do you stay down or do you rise again? Do you surrender to fear or do you rebuild your strength and continue forward? Every time you rise, you prove to yourself that your spirit cannot be broken. The world doesn't transform because you wish for change. It transforms when you act with conviction, when you decide that your dreams are worth the discomfort, when you choose to move forward despite uncertainty, when you refuse to let temporary obstacles dictate the future of your life. Determination turns challenges into stepping stones, failures into lessons, and resistance into fuel. This is about becoming the kind of person who does not give up on themselves, the kind of person who shows up with purpose, the kind of person who keeps going when others stop. You don't need to know every answer. You don't need the perfect plan. You only need the strength to take the next step, and then the next, and then the next. Progress is built through persistence, not perfection. Your journey will demand patience. It will require discipline. It will ask you to trust the process even when results are slow. But as you continue forward, something powerful happens. Your belief grows. Your confidence strengthens. Your identity shifts from someone who hopes to someone who commits. You begin to see yourself not as a dreamer, but as a creator of your own future. This is your invitation to rise above distraction, above doubt, above the limits you once accepted, to stop living as a spectator in your own life and start living as the author of your story. Your vision matters. Your goals matter. Your growth matters. You are not here to drift aimlessly through existence. You are here to build, to expand, to transform, to rise. Stand firm in your purpose. Trust the strength within you. Move forward with determination that refuses to bend under pressure. Let your actions reflect your courage. Let your persistence reveal your character. Let your journey prove, not to the world, but to yourself, that you are capable of extraordinary growth. This is your moment to rise. Claim it, own it. Step into it with unwavering determination, because when you decide to move forward with courage, no matter how difficult the path becomes, your life begins to change in ways that once seemed impossible. And from that moment on, nothing can stop the person who refuses to stop rising.